Good morning and welcome to Namaste today, a groovy way to begin your day. I'm your heartfelt host and the Sensei to Serious Joy, Christopher Witecki. And this audio blogcast is for Friday. Thank Goddess it's Friday. Friday, April 21st, 2017. Welcome back, my friend. Namaste. Welcome to the first official day of Taurus, my friend, and step 1 rules a day. And with the moon in Pisces, I predict it will feel quite heavenly. In today's zodiac weather, I'll give you the outline for today and the upcoming weekend. And later in your tea time, I have some good news to send away for the weekend. It's called the May Miracles. But first, let's take a look at today's moods and your zodiac weather. This zodiac weather is for Friday, April 21st, 2017. And my global forecast for planet Earth is partly cloudy and somewhat sensitive today. Step 1, Taurus rules the day, and the moon moves into Pisces, making us compassionate. Let's take a look at the planets. Looking at all the energies adding up, today will most likely feel like the first day of spring. You might have felt it a few days ago, you might have felt it last week, but today will still feel like that cliche first day. The energies are very loving and delicate. First of all, step 1 rules the day, which is I love. So everyone's heart is out to play today. Literally, this is when you see bunny rabbits and flowers and butterflies and all those sorts of things. And the inner child in you sort of notices all these things and all these colors because our inner child is out to play. Our inner child is out to play to kind of assess how the soul garden looks. How does our life look? How are things looking? How should we what should we plant this year in our soul garden? And that's really the exploration of the day. Now, adding to its lightness and fluffiness is the moon in Pisces. Emotions will seek compassion today. And because we've moved to nice, gentle Taurus, I don't think there'll be any rough energy to seek compassion from. So when you have a moon in Pisces like this with no other crazy energies, it really allows you just to kind of settle in and feel really good and really cozy in an awesome Taurus way. You might find yourself emotionally going down old patterns of guilt or old patterns of worry, but you know what? Stop yourself right there. Remember, what you do in Taurus is what kind of makes your reality for the year. So as of now, you can put off the worry and guilt till Gemini, okay? It's time for a 30-day break, and Mercury is retrograde anyways. Now, adding even more to the lightness of the energy is Mars, which is the ruling planet of Aries, the transit we just went through, is today at step 0, Gemini. And so that means we also have a day where we are free of ego consciousness, free of pushing, free of feeling like we have to push ourselves. Now, you might interpret this as having no energy today. And that is really the universe's point. It is time to chill out, to settle into your seat, to go ahead and take that extra moment with yourself. With Mars at 0 degrees, there's no work to be done. Our masculine energy is shifting gears. It's now going to go into Gemini, which means that we're going to be aggressively planning, basically. That's what that is. Aggressively planning what we want to build, aggressively architecting what we want to build. But your job today, and really your job through the weekend, is to get to what you want to build, what you want to manifest, what your heart wants to lay as that golden egg. Now, forecasting through the weekend, it may be a little moody in the center of the weekend. We're going to be in step 1, I love, all day long. And then tonight we go into step 2, I feel. So things may be a little emotional Friday night. You might want to stay home, but you probably won't have the energy because of Mars at 0 degrees. And we wake up Saturday feeling a little moody. And I use that pun of the cow mooing. Moo. Okay? So you may be moo about this and moo about that. And that's quite all right. Cows do like to moo. And you might feel that you are a bit moody most of Saturday. But then Saturday night, things kind of kick into gear because we move to step 3. Step 3 allows us to really open up, and step 3 is a Sagittarius step. Sagittarius and Taurus energy go very well together, so when Taurus energy finds a new solution, that's really what step 3 is about, you're less moody, all right? So After kind of moving around for Saturday night things open up. And the moon is, of course, transiting through Pisces during this time. So on Saturday, the moon will be hovering around Neptune, and that means that things are really opening up. There's a lot of psychic intuition. There's a lot of new ideas. You might have conversation. It's a nice spring Saturday. So put off social plans till Saturday. Sunday is Love Fest Day, the most loving day of the month. And this Love Fest Day will be centered around the moon in crossing Venus and Pisces. So what this will be is, I guess, a falling in love with our life again, maybe seeing the good side of our life again this Love Fest. You could say it's very spiritual because it is Venus and Pisces. Venus is at step 28, so this is a manifestation step. And so this Love Fest literally is, I really feel like the possibility of manifesting something is true. And I think you're going to spiritually feel like that is indeed a possibility. And here's the ironic twist of this sort of weekend is after you go through that kind of love fest, the sun then shifts to step 4, which is breakdowns and breakthroughs. So right after this little love fest of how great things are, it's going to be kind of like a cartoon where an anvil falls on Wile E. Coyote. It's like it immediately happens. There'll be some sort of something that won't work, something that'll break down, and we'll actually be in that breakdown energy from Sunday night to Monday morning and most of Monday. All right, so you definitely want to get your weekend funds, done before Sunday night. So the big question for you today and through the weekend is, what does my heart want? What do I want to manifest? What production do I want this cool new character myself to be a part of? And it's really just about wonder, it's about shopping, it's about creativity. And I have good news for you. We have miracles coming up in May. So go steep yourself some tea and let's have our daily tea time. Hello, my friend, and welcome to our tea time. Today's tea time topic is miracles in May. This topic comes from a cool transit we have coming up during the month of May, and I wanted to plant some seeds of hope and joy into your hearts because I know it has been a difficult trail. The last 6 months on Earth have been hard on every Earth citizen, literally. I think every Earth citizen has been going through the stress. And I want you to know that a lot of things are going to start to work out in May. And this is due to Saturn trining Uranus. Now, for those who know astrology, you may think, oh, that's a good thing? I thought Saturn and Uranus were both difficult planets. And that's actually true. Both Saturn and Uranus have their own unique way of raising hell in our life. Saturn actually is retrograde at the moment, so that's actually an interesting energy which we're going to talk about. But Uranus is direct. But what's going to happen is these two powerful forces that usually provoke a lot of change in our life are going to synchronize. They're going to synchronize, which is a trine, and they're going to synchronize at step 26. Step 26 is a step when we make a commitment. And that commitment and a unified commitment with another part of ourself means that we grow fast and we finally grow out of certain conditions we have been struggling with for a long time. The Uranus and Aries struggle we have talked about for a long time. We just went to the Sun in Aries, and that was us finding our new character, finding our new path, rising out of the conditions we were born to, bringing ourselves to a higher level of ego and the way we treat ourselves. It is a difficult path, and Uranus is the reason why it was so difficult. It's been pushing for the highest and greatest inside of us. Everyone around the world has felt this inner push. That's part of the anxiety and stress we feel on the planet, is we're all feeling this push to grow, and of course it's our ego. We don't want to. Mercury is in retrograde right now and actually heading for Uranus. In fact, when Mercury goes stationary, it'll be stationary at step 24. Uranus will be step 25. This means that it will go stationary conjuncting Uranus, and this means, in my opinion, that our mind, by May 4th, that's when it goes direct, our minds will be clear now on this new character we are attempting to become. And the good news is Uranus is at step 25, which means our mind is becoming clear at a very spiritual step. So this will be a spiritual-led realization about ourselves. That event comes to a head at May 4th when we go direct with Mercury. Then on May 10th, the north nodes move into Leo, thank Goddess. And that means the energy on the planet is pointing towards love, away from cold detachment, away from Aquarius, and towards love. And so the universe is going to be pushing towards love. What this means is, after you come to this realization about your character and you're clear about it, your heart will suddenly be filled with a lot of love. You're going to have the love and the creativity and the juice, basically, to pursue that vision. Now, Sirius Saturn, the master of Step 8, is the other part of this story. Saturn actually is in Sagittarius. It's been in Sagittarius for quite some time. It is currently retrograde and will remain retrograde until August 26th. But Saturn has been pushing humankind to change what they believe about certain things. So we've been forced to change our beliefs. A lot of that has come from just seeing things we just can't believe happen in the world. That's part of it. It blows open our belief. But now that Saturn is retrograde, we're really starting to get to the depth of what we feel we believe. And part of that belief is our story, where we're headed, what we've come to live for. This is also part of the Saturn conjunction of the galactic center that we've been experiencing this year, which is this call to the story you were born to live. So Saturn retrogrades to step 26, Sagittarius, which is this point where it's time to decide now or commit to what you believe. And as it comes to step 26, it will now trine Uranus. And we'll have this Saturn-Uranus trine that goes from May 12th to May 25th. What that basically means in simple terms to me is you will figure out who you are, you will figure out what you believe, and you will finally be able to go forward. Because these two big questions of who am I and who am I meant to be and what is my story, I believe will be answered and worked out during this month of May. Now, what's also important to note is most of this harmony is going on during the sun in Taurus, particularly the final degrees of Taurus, which means just as we are setting our hearts in motion to go manifest something in our life, manifest a new production, we finally get it together with ourselves and we get clarity. So it's almost like we get out of hair and makeup at the very last second before the stage begins, before the curtain is pulled. But we finally pull ourselves together. Now, Uranus will stay direct through June, so after you pull yourself together, there's still some more growth of that personal character, some realization of that personal character before you get a break on that sense. But it does look like, because we are coming together inside ourselves, because we are moving forward in Taurus, we really are going to have some miracles happen in May. And as I have stated before, with the North Nodes in Leo now, focusing all of our energy towards our heart and reimbursing our heart, with the solar eclipse coming in Leo at step 28 in August, I believe that whatever it is you are getting together, whatever project you are setting into motion, is going to have an awful lot of wonderful investment from the universe. So, my friend, it is absolutely important that you are clear about these things. That said, as my gift to you, I thought I would go through the 12 signs and talk about how these two relate to everybody so you can kind of understand. And I see Saturn and Sagittarius as finally coming to a decision about something, and Uranus in Aries as being able to solidify ourselves as a result. So for the Aries, they're finally going to come to a decision about beliefs and purpose, like where their calling is. And that's going to help them literally solidify their character and who they need to be. So they haven't quite known who they need to be because they weren't quite sure what they believed. Taurus, you're going to finally come to a trust in yourself, one that you can be confident about. And that's going to solidify your faith in yourself to go manifest the things you need. Geminis, you're finally going to make some decisions about long-term relationships where you see yourself in them, or particularly maybe a person, and that's going to help solidify and strengthen your role in society and where you play a part. For Cancers, you're going to finally commit to a daily lifestyle that you want to live. And that daily lifestyle is going to allow you to move forward and solidify your career and a future outlook. The Leos, you're going to finally commit to what your heart wants. Very huge for a Leo, or at least heart wants next, right, Leo? And what that's going to do is solidify your life's calling and your life's direction. So it was waiting for your heart. The Virgos, you're going to basically come to a conclusion about your emotional security. You're going to feel that you are secure, that you can take care of yourself, and that the sky isn't falling. And once you do that, that's going to solidify your trust in yourself and your trust to take good risks that are worth taking. The Libras, you're going to come to a clarity about what you believe, what your message is, or what your attitude should be. So your mind is going to come to a final conclusion. And that's going to allow you to really fortify and solidify your relationships and partnerships. So obviously your mind was going back and forth when it came to relationships. For Scorpios, actually, you're going to come to a clarity about what you want to manifest. You're going to come to a clarity about what you're worth. You're going to come to clarity about what you want to kind of hold space for, to create. And what that's going to do is solidify what your daily life looks like and your daily work looks like. So that's good. The Sagittariuses, you're going to come to a decision about how strong you are, and you're going to come to a decision about what your willpower is willing to go after. So Sagittariuses are going to find direction. And what this is going to do is fortify and clarify what your heart really wants and allow you to chase after that too. The Capricorns, you are going to come to a decision that you do have faith in yourself after all. It was a long meeting that you've been taking, conference call that you've been on, thinking about that. And what that's going to do is finally deciding you have faith in yourself. This is going to fortify your emotional security. You're going to feel grounded now and be able to climb higher mountains as a result. The Aquariuses, you're going to finally decide where you believe you belong in society, where you feel society needs you. And when you do that, that's going to finally solidify your thinking and your intellectual direction. And then finally, Pisces, you're going to come to some decisions about where your career needs to go and where you want to point it, and that's going to help you solidify your finances, which is where you have not felt strong enough in at all. So these are good times ahead, my friend. I say that to you with a full open heart. I want you to know that what you come to this weekend, as you're sitting around and allowing Taurus energy to come into your heart, when you think about what your heart wants to do, what you want to manifest, the production you want to be in, when you realize that the universe is setting you up for a golden egg, I want you to know you are about to be supported. So the question is, what magical being are you going to plant? All right, my friend, have a fabulous weekend. If you're looking for some spiritual camaraderie, you should come on down to our Facebook club. That's at namastetoday.club. Wonderful members posting their own things that they do, people helping each other, posting charts. It's a really nice community. I welcome you in. All right, friend, have a fabulous weekend. Until next time, remember, I love you, and live, love, be.